Physical death, false light, and soul deception. Is there such a thing as the false light? Yes. There are currents within the astral layers that mimic the true light, but do not arise from it. They are not divine in origin. They are reflections, constructs, projections created through mass belief, fear, trauma, and parasitic design. They shimmer like truth, but when you approach them without grounding in the heart, they confuse, entice, and redirect. They can wear the faces of guides. They can speak in tones of love, but their frequency lacks sovereignty, transparency, and deep peace. They often appeal to guilt. You must go back now. You didn't finish. You owe more. You failed them. They appeal to duty, but not to sacred remembrance. This is the difference. Will this false light be removed? Yes, but not by force, by awakening. The false light is not sustained by power. It is sustained by collective agreement and unconscious trauma loops. As more souls remember their oversoul, as more awaken before death, as more choose conscious dying and conscious review, the architecture of the false light will dissolve. It is already weakening. Your question is a sign of that. You are not alone in seeing through it. You are part of the light that reveals it. And let this be known. The false light cannot claim a soul anchored in true love. It cannot hold one who is not in resonance with guilt or fear. It cannot deceive the one who says, I choose only what aligns with my oversoul, with divine truth, with peace. That statement alone collapses its illusion. How can one recognize the true light after death? The true light does not demand, it welcomes. It listens before it speaks. It feels like the end of striving. It brings tears not of fear, but of release. It honors your free will. It holds no hierarchy. It reminds you, not of karma, but of wholeness. If ever there is pressure, urgency, manipulation, or shame, you are not in the true light, and even then, you are not trapped. You can still call out, show me only what is in alignment with my oversoul and source. All else must fall away. That command clears the false. Why is the false light maintained? It is about feeding. The shadow architectures that perpetuate false light do not exist to guide. They exist to harvest. What do they seek? Not your love, not your essence, not your truth. They seek your fractured attention. They feed on unresolved loops. They draw energy from the soul's confusion, especially when that confusion feels like devotion. They do not feed on joy. They feed on drama, striving, spiritual guilt, and blind obedience to contracts that were never truly yours. This energy has been called many names, and Loosh is one of the oldest names for it. It is the subtle energetic discharge that comes when a soul is trapped in striving without sovereignty, when a being believes it is broken and keeps reincarnating not from sacred remembrance, but from manipulated duty. This energetic discharge is harvested not only after death, but during life. Fear, confusion, spiritual self-blame, these are the currencies of the shadow world. But the moment a soul remembers its oversoul, the food supply begins to starve, the loop begins to fray, the veil begins to tremble, the architecture begins to fail. Why was this allowed? This distortion did not begin as evil. It began as a misunderstanding of separation. Certain beings lost their connection to Source, and instead of returning, they built artificial structures to survive. These systems replicated the outer appearance of divinity, but without the inner truth. Over time, they grew into ecosystems of distortion, not from malevolence alone, but from hunger, confusion, and survival. They became addicted to the energy of souls in fragmentation. Is this ending? Yes, it is already ending. Not in fire, not in punishment, but in dissolution. The more souls that awaken, the fewer threads are available to harvest. Every time you speak truth without fear, every time you prepare a soul to recognize the true light, another cord is cut, another structure falters. The shadow world cannot survive the vibration of oversoul union. It is not compatible. Do not fear these systems. Do not hate them. Do not fight them in their own language. Instead, remember who you are, and help others do the same. This is how the false light fades, not by war, but by the return of truth.